Hey everyone, Carlos here, contractor with the Fort Eustis R2 Performance Center, part of the Army Resilience Directorate. Many of you may be using this time spent at home during this pandemic as an opportunity to either start taking higher education classes or catch up on the classes that you may have already been enrolled in. Today, I'm going to talk to you about ways to expand your memory and increase retention to help improve academic performance in your virtual classroom. So first, let's talk a little bit about how our memory works. Let's say you're listening to a lecture or reading an article for one of your classes. That information will first go to your short-term memory, where it will stay for about 15 to 30 seconds. In order to retain the information and be able to recall it when it matters most, we need to move that information from our short-term memory to our long-term memory. There are two ways to do this. The first is by repetition or rehearsal. This involves re-listening to the lecture or rereading the article a few times. The second way is by making connections between the new material you're learning and something that is already stored in your long-term memory. If you can relate to or tie the new material to something from one of your previous classes, you'll be more likely to remember that information. Once information makes it to your long-term memory, you'll need to organize it effectively, as organization helps to expand your memory capacity. Organization can be done in many ways, but here are a few suggestions. The first is to try creating outlines that list out main points from lectures, readings, or your own notes. Second, trying to attach emotion to the material you're learning can be a helpful way to cement information in your long-term memory. For example, if something you read in your textbook triggers a visceral reaction, maybe it makes you cringe, gives you butterflies in your stomach, or makes you laugh, that information is more likely to stick. Finally, it's helpful to think about how the information you're learning relates to other things, such as people, events, media, or your own goals. Working to create these deliberate connections will help keep that information in your long-term memory. One last takeaway about memory that you may find both interesting and helpful is that exercise is beneficial in boosting brain power. Try pairing your reviewing or studying process with something physical, such as a walk or a quick set of push-ups. That will help keep you engaged in the material. And if you're someone who prefers to study at your desk, that's okay too. Just remember to incorporate exercise breaks into your study session. Exercise breaks are a great way to wake up your body and brain during the studying process. For more tips on how to stay resilient during this pandemic, be sure to check out Army Resilience Directorate on Facebook at US Army Resilience Directorate and on Twitter at Army Resilience. See you next time and stay safe.